Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Shelby Steele.
And I'm Chelsea Armstrong. This is your news for October 17th, 2013.
Morehead State University received official notification from the U.S. Department of the Army that their ROTC program will be phased out within the next 2 years.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up! Yeah!
Well, the decision to close the ROTC program here at Morehead State, it's not a performance-based decision, meaning that we were not identified as an underperforming program or anything else. And what the Army is doing is they've announced the closure of 13 schools across the United States. And unfortunately, Morehead State is one of those programs. And the reason that they've done that is based on some analysis done in the past years. What they've figured out is in order to posture ROTC to better support the Army going forward, there are some other markets, diversity markets, science, technology, engineering, and math markets that the Army needs to recruit in and commission officers in order to be better postured for future operations in support of the United States Army. And it's not to say that Morehead doesn't have those degrees in those areas of expertise on campus. It's just saying that with budget cuts, with cuts in the size of the force, with the shift in demographics in the United States over the past 20, 30 years, the Army and Cadet Command has assessed that we may not be in the right areas to build that base of force, and we simply may not have enough resources right now to be in all 278 programs across the United States where we need to be. I think the program here started in 1968, and over the past 45 years this university has provided over 650 officers to the United States Army to serve in either the reserve or active component. Just a few years ago we had the #1 cadet in the nation. So it's a good program. We've produced great officers in support of the Army, and those officers continue to do great things in the Army.
Some newer members of the ROTC may face some issues with the shutdown.
It's a really big shock because I had no idea this was coming. I'm here purely on ROTC scholarship, or else I wouldn't be here.
Whenever we talked with cadre, they told us that by next year we'll probably have to transfer. That way we have all of our credits transferring and we don't have to take more classes.
All MS2s and 1s will have to transfer by the end of this year if the close down is in effect, and we'll have to go to another university.
I don't like it because, I don't like any other campus besides Morehead now. That's my problem. I fall in love with Morehead.
I mean, it's sad that we're leaving Morehead after we're all so close and stuff, but it's good that our scholarship will transfer.
Well, it's part of being in the Army. We just take orders and Charlie Mike, continue mission.
Morehead State University issued a campus safety alert following an alleged fondling incident Tuesday afternoon. The Morehead State University Police Department was contacted by a female student around 3:15 p.m. claiming she had been fondled near Allie Young Hall. The student immediately left the area and called the police. MSU PD says to be on the lookout for a white male between the ages of 45 and 55, 6 feet tall, lanky build with an underbite, salt and pepper hair, mustache, and goatee. He was said to be wearing a tan jogging suit with a green stripe on the arm at the time of the incident. If you have any information relating to this or similar incidents, please call the Morehead State Police Department at 606-783-2035.
Students living on campus should make sure their doors are locked, says MSU student Patrick Brumback. Before fall break, rooms in alumni and Cartmel halls were broken into and had laptops stolen.
On the day before fall break, there was a fire alarm, and apparently in alumni it was an actual fire alarm. There was smoke coming from downstairs due to an engine failure or something, and somebody used that time to take 3 MacBooks out of just different rooms, and one of them was mine.
Brumback says he was disappointed in the actions MSU took after the report was filed.
After the whole event, I was pretty bitter towards Morehead and the fact that they don't have any cameras or locks that actually work that stop people from getting in your room. And just the fact that they won't cover any stolen property from the dorms that they make you stay in until you're a sophomore, because it doesn't really make sense.
He also says that MSU PD should warn students when they expect something to happen.
The police told me that they almost expected this to happen right before fall break, because it's real easy for someone to steal something and go straight home or go to a pawn shop somewhere and sell it. So they expected this to happen, and they didn't give warning or anything. They should start doing that, I think.
Brumback does have some tips for students to keep their valuables safe.
Lock your doors anytime you go anywhere. Hide your laptop, put it in your drawers at least, or under your bed. Hide any other valuables, and just keep an eye out for sketchy people.
If you have any information, please contact MSU PD.
After a last-minute bill that passed through the Senate and House, the United States government has reopened. National parks and monuments are reopening today, and workers are returning to work. The bill also avoided the U.S. government hitting the debt ceiling by approving government funding till January 15th. President Barack Obama says the shutdown has damaged the U.S. economy and America's credibility around the world. He went on to say he is thankful for Congress working out a bill and hopes they can work together again before the next deadline in January.
We'll be right back after the break with a look at weather with Don Young and NewsCenter Notices featuring Kristen Eastep.
Yep.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. I'm Don Young. Right now, temperature's sitting at around 56 outside, so a lot cooler weather than we've had. You probably noticed that when you went outside this morning, and you could see your breath. Right now, we're seeing some rain. It's been just misty all day, so hopefully that has pushed on out of the area, and we won't have to deal with that for at least a day or so. Taking a look at your record temperatures set back in 1897 at 87 degrees, nowhere close to that. Nowhere close to 32 either, set back in 1945. Taking a look at your temperatures across the Commonwealth, you can see everything's pretty much in the mid-50s. You've got 54 in Covington, 56 down in Lexington, and 55 in Somerset. So anywhere across 60 or just about the same all across the state. Now we can see those showers on the Doppler radar courtesy of WKYT. You can see they're kind of pushing their way on out there. And that is going to go ahead and clear up out of the area, and we won't have to worry about that. So by about 10 o'clock tonight, shouldn't have to worry about any more storms, but the temperature is going to begin dropping. Let's take a look at your 24-hour planner right quick. 49, few showers, that was this morning, working into our afternoon. Got a little bit warmer Already around 8, though, going to be below 50, and it's going to be quite cool outside. But we'll have more for you when we come back. For now, let's take it to News Center Notices.
Welcome to News Center Notices. I'm here today with Kristen Eastep, and she's here to talk to us a little bit about an upcoming event called the Nearly Naked Mile. Is that right?
Yes, the Nearly Naked Mile.
Could you tell us, that's a really interesting name.
Yes.
Why is it called the Nearly Naked Mile?
It's actually a coat drive benefit for the
Families here in Rowan County. We just raise coats for the unfortunate families, and the whole concept of it is for people to come and donate a coat and be bold in the cold, so that you go without a coat just to get the experience of what it would be like. And this year is our 7th annual, so last year we raised about 120 coats, and so of course we would like to raise that up a little bit to set a new record.
Okay. As far as like when you get there, how does everything happen? Like, what do you do?
Well, first you register at 8:30, which is after head hysteria and the parade. You come, we have refreshments, we have hot chocolate, apple cider, and all that good stuff. And as soon as you register and donate a coat, you get a free t-shirt, and then we do some warm-ups, and then of course you run the mile. You're not obligated to run a mile, it's just the whole concept of it. And
so it's not necessarily like a race, it's just...
Right, it's not a race at all, it's just the fun experience out of it.
Okay, who came up with this? It's a really interesting idea, I'm just curious.
We actually came up with the idea at a conference, and now there's other SAAs organizations out there that have kind of taken our ideas, and now they do it at campuses all over the United States.
Oh, wow. And so you said this is the 7th year?
The 7th annual.
So I guess that turnout is fairly good?
Yeah, every year we have a better amount of people that come out from students, faculty, and staff, and we also encourage community members to come out too.
Okay, so it's not just something for students?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, the whole community comes out. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, definitely.
Okay.
And when is this, and how do we get involved? Is there anything you have to do before, or you just show up, or?
Yeah, you just show up. It's for everybody. Just bring a coat. It could be new or used, and we just encourage you to have fun, because it is a philanthropy event, but it's also the experience as well. And it's also during homecoming week, so of course we want to kick off the football game as well.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, and that sounds like a lot of fun. And when did you say it was?
It is Thursday. Registration is at 8:30, and the race will begin at 9.
Okay, well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. We'll be right back after the break with an extended look at weather, and Alexis Matthews with Eagle Athletics.
Claypool Young Art Gallery, located in the center of campus, offers a wide variety of art pieces from various contemporary artists in America. Exhibitions rotate approximately once a month and also host art pieces created by Morehead State University students, allowing art majors to experience the learning process of showcasing their art. Claypool Young Art Gallery. Come on over today and be inspired by aspiring MSU artists.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Temperature's still sitting at around 56 outside, but they're going to quickly drop off after about 8 o'clock. We're going to start seeing them go lower than 50s, down to even as low as 39 tonight, so quite cool. Still a little bit of rain in the area, not much though, just little pop-ups here and there of mist since we got the humidity sitting at around 77%, and the winds are about 9 miles per hour towards the western direction. Taking a look at your temperatures across the Commonwealth again, as you can see, everything in the mid-50s. High in Louisville at 58, so a little bit warmer there. Then back in our region of the state, about 55, 56. So pretty cool really across the whole state today. Taking a look at your Doppler radar courtesy of WKYT, you can see those storms that was pushing through earlier are continuing to push on out and work their way out of the area. Still a little bit of rain down in Pikeville, but other than that, mostly just a lot of clouds going on right now. So we'll see that continue to work its way out of the area and moving into a nice day tomorrow. Taking a look at your national radar, you can see Michigan is just getting hammered with storms up that way. A little bit northeastern Ohio up towards Youngstown. And Minnesota seeing a little bit of showers up that way. So, but over, I mean, look at the western half of this country. Nothing going on at all. So quite nice over that way. Taking a look at your cloud coverage, you can see those storms a little bit better and how massive they are over Michigan. And just that little bit of a tail end that kind of worked its way down that way, and that's what hit us earlier today. Tonight, going to be a few possible spotty showers. Should mostly clear up after 12 o'clock though. Low of 39. And look how early the sun is setting now. I mean, it's every day we're losing 15 minutes nearly of light. So go ahead and start looking forward to that. Got daylight savings time coming up too, so don't forget that. Tomorrow, actually going to be a nice day. I know we were looking at last week and it was looking pretty nasty. So actually looking like a pretty nice day tomorrow. We're going to see sunrise coming about 7:48. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures around 64 Friday and with a low of 41 moving into Saturday, a high of 56 with a 40% chance of showers. Now those are going to be a little bit scattered just here and there. Quite a cool night. We're getting quite cold at night now. Temperatures around 36. Moving into Sunday, another cool day, but we should push that rain out of the area at least until Monday. And that night is going to be another low of 36 degrees. Now moving into Monday, we're getting a few degrees warmer, but with that rain coming in, still going to be kind of cold. 30% chance of rain that day. Getting a little bit warmer back overnight with 41. Moving into Tuesday, temperatures drop about 10 degrees again. So back and forth on the temperatures all through this coming week. A high of 54 Tuesday with a 30% chance of rain. And that night going to be a low of 32. So it's probably time to get out the winter coats if you're going to be out real early in the morning or at night. Then moving into Wednesday, fairly nice day, a little bit sunny, high of 52. Few scattered clouds in the sky. So winter's on its way. It's almost here.
Not ready for it. I am digging this hot weather, so I hope it stays for a little bit longer.
Well, it'll be snow soon enough, but for now, let's go ahead and take it over to sports.
Morehead State University's football team won their second game of the season against Campbell University, improving their record to 2-4. Junior slot receiver Brandon Bornhauser had 3 touchdowns in the Eagles' 45-36 win. The Eagles managed a 334 to 170 edge in passing yards and a 26-20 advantage in first downs. Freshman quarterback Austin Gaffer was 26-34 for his career best passing total, also firing 3 touchdowns for the first time in his career. Morehead State will travel to Valparaiso on October 19th. The Eagles close out their schedule with 4 of the final 5 games at Jane Stadium. The Morehead State volleyball team fell in 3 sets to the Xavier Musketeers Tuesday night. After winning 6 in a row, the Eagles slipped to 15-6. Xavier hit just 171 but recorded 11 blocks and coerced MSU into 33 attack errors. Neither team had a player reach double digits in kills, but the Eagles did get a team-best 13 digs from senior outside hitter Aaron Bohannon. Morehead State returns home this weekend for a pair of Ohio Valley Conference matches against Jacksonville State on Friday and Tennessee Tech on Saturday. MSU holds the nation's longest conference regular season winning streak at 28 matches. The Morehead State women's tennis team claimed 27 singles or doubles victories at the UT Martin Fall Invitational. Sophomore Brer Preston remained undefeated in singles, claiming 4 wins. Preston teamed with freshman Andrea LeBlanc for a trio of doubles victories. Freshman Kennedy Womack notched a quartet of victories, claiming 2 singles and 2 doubles wins. Sophomore Dominique Shantae McLean saw her first action in 2013 with 3 singles wins. On Friday, the Eagles traveled to Memphis to participate in the Intercollegiate Tennis Association Regional. Morehead State will host Morehead Hysteria at Johnson Arena on Thursday, October 24th at 7:30 p.m. The event is free of charge and will feature both the men's and women's basketball teams, along with MSU cheerleaders and dance team. The cheerleading program will start the event, followed by the introduction of the women's team. A 3-point contest and light scrimmage will follow. After a performance by the dance team, the men's team will be introduced. A dunk contest and 7-minute scrimmage will close out the evening. The women's team will begin its schedule with a home exhibition on Friday, November 1st against Kentucky Christian. The men will begin play on Saturday, November 2nd with a home exhibition against St. Catherine. And now for NewsCenter's famous sports trivia. Which MSU soccer player was named Adidas OVC Co-Offensive Player of the Week and College Sports Madness OVC Player of the Week? A. Jade Flory, B. Mackenzie Ward, C. Kelsey Patero, or D. Angela Black? What do y'all think?
I'm going to go with C on this one.
I'm going to go with D. Angela Black.
I'm going to go with B. Mackenzie Ward.
Okay, well, Chelsea, you were right. It was Angela Black. She's a freshman forward, and she scored her first 2 collegiate goals at 18 seconds apart. That must be a really great thing to win both of those awards.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that doesn't happen every day, for sure.
It is really impressive.
Yeah. I mean, the Player of the Week, that's a great award on its own. But
Yeah. That's a really big honor. That's really cool.
Yeah. We'll be right back after the break.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Morehead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Lord, what fools these mortals be. Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
This week, the Center of Environmental Education held a community event. NewsCenter's Sarah Burkhart has more.
We're going to sit down and you all should have a little...
On Monday, the Center of Environmental Education at MSU hosted an event at Robert Park for area Girl Scout troops to teach them about their local watershed. NewsCenter spoke with Director April Height for more.
We'll report this as one of our activities for the grants because we're always looking for outreach opportunities in the communities and not just with adults, but we aim from the pre-K all the way up to what they refer to as the gray, the older people in the community. So anytime we have any kind of opportunities to work with a group that's willing, we try to make it work. It actually all originally started with a lot of citizens being really concerned about flooding in our community, and the grants that were available to address flooding issues were actually tied in with water quality, because a lot of the activities that you do to improve water quality actually help reduce flooding as well. So it was initiated out of a need that started in 2002 with a large flood that we had, and then we had another big flood in 2010. So the grant is funding to actually do projects to improve water quality, but also reduce flooding and the impacts of flooding in our community. The other thing where it relates into the community is water quality, because the more unclean our water is at the source, the more we have to do to treat the water, which means more chemicals being added, which causes money. And also a lot of times those chemicals are actually bad for our health in large quantities too, but they have to treat the water because untreated is also bad for us.
Hite discussed the importance of holding these types of events to educate the community.
These projects don't work without the support from the community, because if it's not something the community doesn't want or show an interest, the Center for Environmental Education can't implement projects. We have to have the buy-in from people in the community.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Sarah Burkhart.
Tuesday marked the first annual Piñataology event. NewsCenter was there to see what the celebration was all about.
If you were in Aduc on Tuesday, chances are you noticed the crowd gathered on the bottom floor. But what was all the hype about? Tuesday marked the first annual Piñataology, a celebration and learning experience about the Spanish culture.
Today we're hosting our Piñataology event, which is the history and art of piñatas. And so in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, we want to take this fun celebration activity and kind of educate the campus about the meaning behind it, the artistry behind it, and kind of give the historical background into its significance, because a lot of times we lose the importance of some of these culturally symbolic activities. And so with piñatas, we kind of just fill them with candy and have them at our birthday parties, but we don't really necessarily understand the meaning behind them.
Hurst gave an informative speech about the process of piñata making, and after that, students were free to try making one themselves.
Anyone is welcome to make their own little mini piñata to take home with them. We have some pre-made shells that we made. It was Amigos Unidos Spanish Club, as well as the Student Programming Board. The students get to decorate them and then fill them with some candy and toys like traditional piñata, and then they get to take it home with them for them to enjoy.
Hurst said that she hopes to continue this event in the future. In the spirit of Halloween, NewsCenter's very own weatherman, Don Young, presents a spooky way to give back to the community through a haunted trail. NewsCenter's Brianna Perry was brave enough to take the tour herself.
Well, we've been doing the Haunted Woods for 5 years now. It's come a long way. We've pretty much tripled the size of it. Every year we seem to get more and more people come out, and we mostly put all the money back into it. We're pretty behind this year, so we got a lot of money to make back, but last night's turnout was pretty good, so hopefully tonight will be even better.
This year, Don chose to give back to the community.
I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of give back this year, since it's 5th year anniversary, so I want to start trying to do more and give back to the community or whatever. So it saves you $2 to get in if you bring a canned good, and then all the canned goods go to the soup kitchen, so helps them out and saves you money. And we haven't raised our prices in 5 years. We've kept the same thing, and the cheapest one in town, in my opinion, the best. It's really easy to get here. You just go like you're on your way to the lake, going west on 60, make a left onto Baldridge Road. It's where Emerson Sealmaster's at. You can see the signs there. And then go to the bottom of the hill, stop, make a right, and it's the second driveway on the left. And there's signs the whole way, too.
This haunted trail was really fun. I had a lot of fun going. It was pretty scary. You could tell I put a lot of effort into it, and I would definitely come back next year. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Brianna Perry.
You can watch NewsCenter online at msutv.net.
Or follow us on Twitter at MSU_NewsCenter.
And on behalf of everyone here at NewsCenter, I'm Shelby Steele.
And I'm Chelsea Armstrong. Have a great evening.